When we define the word failure, a lot of people have a lot of discussion to do. Easy thing to do now is to make this a debate between public schools and private schools. We can list states that had thousands of children. Not one public system has gone under because someone adopted an ESA. Not one. I'll say it again. Not one. Failure, when we look at that mega word, it says we try something that doesn't work. Experiment. Like charter schools. We only have 90,000 students involved in that one. But failure is to try something that doesn't work. Bad definition. Definition number one for me is failure is to do nothing at all. Am I against the public school system? No, I'm a product of the public school system. Some of you in this room can't say that. You had the fortune to go to a private school. I did not. I love my public school education. Blessed. I totally agree. I didn't choose to homeschool my children, but I don't have any qualms with people that select to educate their children in that factor. I love what Senator Duplessis had to say a few moments ago when he made the greatest points for the bill. What a concept. Let parents decide what to do with their tax dollars. Wow. Who would be the better choice to pick for your child? Me? A committee? A government? You wouldn't do that if you were rushing them to the hospital, would you? You wouldn't ask if you had to get them to a doctor, would you? What a concept. We might take tax dollars and give it back to the people. You know? Might just work. I know we're not ready for that today, but since I won't get to do this but a couple of times, I don't know how long I'll be at this platform, but I'll tell you this. I want to tell you a couple of things that I want to end the myth. Number one, I want to tell you this. I don't know how many of you have ever led a non-public school. I don't know how many in this audience of legislators, my colleagues, that I love and appreciate and respect. But I have done that. For years, I've taken the opportunity to try to take children that needed to learn how to read and write and compete and love. I've watched parents with tears in their eyes thank me to say, "You saved my son's life." It wasn't me. It was something that was provided to that child. It gave them the opportunity to excel. There is nothing better than seeing a light go on in the eyes of a child. So I have been in that environment. Some of you think that the non-public school is the Wild West. No accountability. Man, it must be great. Did we know that we have Bulletin 741, that in order to be an approved school in the state that makes certain that children abide by what they're supposed to, that superintendents and principals and those that work in our non-public schools, you know what they have to do? They have to cross a lot of T's and dot a lot of I's in order to make certain that their children stay able for TOPS and every other thing. So let's don't make this a battle between public and non-public. But I'm going to close with a personal illustration. Because I don't know how many of you have ever, and listen, I'm not better than any of you, and I'm not talking down to any man. I'm just being me. I don't know what it's been like for you to raise your children. I had 4 sons. We talk about special needs and disabilities. I have fought as hard as anybody and joined with many of you. That I thank you for that. But my second son, was born with extreme disabilities. When he was 8 years old, after every surgery that we could possibly do, at the Shriners Hospital in Shreveport, I had to sign the document to amputate my child's leg. Before that, it was a shunt in his head. Before that, it was something else in the back part of his spine. All the way to the life that he's going through right now of still a healthy male with one son. Very grateful what medicine and what prayers have done in the Edmonds family life. But I know what it's like to help those children with disabilities because I've lived it and I still live it. And I'm grateful for that. I am blessed and highly favored. Tonight, before we leave this place, I wanted to make certain that I'm just not offering something because I think it's a whim or the latest, greatest, or I'm just going to spot check and say, here's the latest whim in the nation. My heart hurts for the thousands of students in Louisiana that are failing. My heart is heavy tonight for the parents that weep all the way to bedtime and beyond because their children will never get out of the poverty that they're stricken with. My heart is broken tonight because a house can be divided over something that we all agree on, helping our families and dedicating our lives to our children. That's what I signed up for, and that's what you signed up for. So tonight, I'll do what you expect me to do. I'll return the bill to the calendar, and you won't have to vote. But what I will not do, and what I cannot do, is to stop fighting for the children and the parents of the wonderful people that your constituents and mine in the great state of Louisiana. And whatever we've got to do, I ask you to join with me on someday, somehow, somewhere to change what we're doing educationally in the state of Louisiana. And with that, I return the bill to the calendar. Thank you, Mr. President.